over the last 2 or 3 days. Today's bounce back. MK Surana, CMD of HPCL, now joins us. Mr. Surana, good morning. Uh, you know, your thoughts on this Reliance BB partnership, if it goes big into fuel retailing, whether it will have any impact on state-owned oil marketing companies, or do you think you can coexist and still make a lot of money?
No, good morning to you. As far as the competition is concerned, that is the order of the day. Oil industry has operated in the competitive environment earlier also. Of course, the competition was among the PSU companies. And since last 7 or 8 years, the private players did come into the fuel marketing. Then in between, they were out, and again they are back. So the competition is good for the consumers. It drives more efficiencies on the whole system, and there is a motivation to do more for the customer services, to attract the customers. And oil companies like ours, who have operated earlier in our origination as the private companies and the multinational companies, we will definitely have our plan to face this competition and do better in this.
So you must have heard the press conference fairly closely, and you would be much better placed to know, where the shoe will bite. When RelGeo came into telecom, it was a very different scenario altogether. As Anuj was telling us, they can't give free petrol. How serious is this competition? When is this competition? Or is life going to be as usual as it was in the last 1 year?
In fact, the life had never been as usual even earlier as well, and it will not be the same even coming forward also. Mm-hmm. So whenever there are new players in the market, the pie is the same, so there will be some impact on the relative market shares of each of the companies. Mm-hmm. And who loses, who gains will depend on the individual companies' strategies and the efficiencies and the market savviness. And having said that, we should also understand that India is a big market and there is a space for everybody in that.
Okay. So since you did mention that this market pie will only grow, Mr. Surana, can you tell us what the growth in domestic fuel consumption could be over the next couple of months? Because the start of the year was quite poor, but we have seen some amount of recovery in the months of April and May.
Yeah, rather we saw a good recovery in the month of May, where the MS was surprisingly higher by almost double-digit figure, and the diesel was also up almost by 8%. One of the reason also may be there that it is a year-on-year growth, and the last year May had an additional Sunday. So that can be also showing the percentage thing quite higher. Okay. But having said that, there was a good growth based on the good pickup in the two-wheeler market and the commercial vehicle segment and the anticipation of a good monsoon. And we expect this to be going forward better, because good monsoon definitely incentivize lot of activities in the agri sector post-monsoon. And in general, good in the economy will drive the two-wheeler and the four-wheeler and the commercial vehicle segment.
Okay.
So we are expecting a growth of at least 5% on diesel and almost 8 to 9% in MS.
Okay, that's interesting. Mr. Surana, now that we'll have daily pricing, I just want to understand, will from here on, will we have no inventory gain loss kind of scenario? And in terms of marketing margins, would they be stable now, say at around 3 rupees a litre for petrol and 2 rupees a litre for diesel? Is that something that we can work with when we work on our Excel sheets?
Yeah, there is definitely the inventory gains and loss will get a lot more smoothened now, because the prices in the market will be in tune with the international pricing. And the impact which used to come every fortnight will definitely be a lot more smoothened. So we can definitely expect a smoothness on the inventory front. As far as the marketing margins are concerned, we should expect the stable marketing margins also.
Okay,
Sir, any
just one update, if anything is happening as far as the HPCL ONGC merger is concerned. I know it's easier said than done, but now there are also talks that, you know, a mandatory open offer could be done away with, because ultimately HPCL is a government-owned entity. So maybe things are, you know, being worked out on that front. Anything that you've heard from the government at all?
No, actually the seller is the government and buyer is somebody else. So it is for the interested party to decide which way actually it is to be done. The thought process is yet to emerge fully, and once the full details are available, then only it will be better to talk about it.
Okay, we'll leave it at that, sir. Thank you very much for joining us with your thoughts.